Well, so far we know it's going to be a pretty quick Royal Commission. Mr Finkelstein has until the 1st of August to hand down his final report, so that's less than 5 months. This morning the Commissioner outlined the terms of reference and he spoke about Commissioner Bergin's New South Wales casino inquiry. That inquiry ran for 19 months and the final report was handed down in February. That found Crown was unsuitable to hold its Sydney casino licence, and it revealed that Crown enabled money laundering through 2 bank accounts, disregarded the welfare of its Chinese-based staff and had relationships with junket operators with links to organised crime. So this morning, Commissioner Finkelstein basically recapped that inquiry and said he's not interested in going over the same issues that Commissioner Bergin covered. So take a listen.
It would not be an efficient use of resources if I were required to go over the same ground as did Commissioner Bergin. This is particularly significant in circumstances where both Crown companies and Mr Packer were ably represented during the Bergin inquiry and had ample opportunity to present evidence and to otherwise contradict or challenge evidence that alleged wrongdoing on their account. I'm of the view that, extraordinary circumstances apart, it is not in the public interest to conduct 2 inquiries into the same subject matter. That is to say, I see no practical utility in taking that course. The opposite is the case. As things presently stand, I believe that avoiding a second inquiry into the same subject matter, but instead adopting, where appropriate, the views of Commissioner Bergin is not unfair either to the Crown companies or to Mr Packer.
So Commissioner Finkelstein wants to investigate a few things. Number one, whether money laundering is still occurring at Crown's Melbourne casino. Also wants to look at Crown's reform package, how they've changed their internal structures since the Bergin inquiry last year, and also investigate gambling addiction as an issue and how Crown deals with gambling addiction. Commissioner Finkelstein says he sent 2 letters to Crown Melbourne, with the company at this stage responding to the first letter saying they believe they are a suitable person to hold their casino licence in Victoria. Take a listen to the Commissioner again.
In effect, whatever may have occurred in the past, Crown Melbourne is a suitable person to continue to hold its licence and Crown Resorts is a suitable person to be its associate. The principal reasons for the position taken by the Crown companies is because of the, quote, substantial reform program, close the quote, that they have undertaken during and since the Bergin inquiry. This substantial reform program appears to be a major overhaul of the risk management and governance policies of the 2 Crown companies. Obviously, this program will be a significant area of investigation. The outcome of this inquiry may well depend on the effectiveness of that program. This is not to suggest, however, that other areas will not be looked at carefully. They will. Those areas will include the following, some of which were not covered by the Bergin inquiry. First, whether money laundering is still taking place at Melbourne Casino. Second, whether Crown Melbourne is in breach of other legislation or regulations which govern the conduct of its casino operations. Third, whether Crown Melbourne is in breach of any contractual obligations under the various agreements with the state. And fourth, most importantly, the manner in which it deals with gambling addiction.
So the Royal Commission is now adjourned and the Commissioner is expecting it to commence in a few weeks with witnesses to begin appearing then.